everybody, Daniel Semsen here, and thank you so much for clicking through to my newest musical, Love Was Born a King. Well, I have a couple of exciting things to share with you about this product. The first thing I want to talk about is that this product you can use in one of two different ways with your ministry this year at your church. Now, if you want to do a full Broadway style musical with choir and actors and soloists and sets and costumes and scenes and all of that stuff, we have the whole thing ready for you to go. You can do it that way. You can put on a whole play, and it's very, very cool, and there's a wonderful story. Or if you're not into that and you'd rather do like choir and a couple of narrators, and you don't have to do costumes and blocking and all of that stuff, we have both things ready to go. So you have two options, same musical, same product, but two different ways that you can do it at your church. And I think that's really cool. So you can do the musical, or you can do choir and narrator version, both very powerful. So the second thing I want to tell you is that I think now this year in 2020, we all know we're facing some crazy times. If your church is being affected right now by the pandemic and you are not holding choir rehearsals, you may be wondering, what am I going to do this Christmas with my choir? Like, what are we going to do? We can't really gather and sing, or you may be going through all of these questions trying to figure out what you can do. I want to tell you that I think that you can do this with your church choir without having to gather for rehearsals. I think you can do this play self-recording, videotaped from home. I am right now with my choir doing an online Zoom Wednesday night rehearsal. We go through one song every week. They have access to all of the sheet music and the MP3s to rehearse with at home. And then we go through one song every week. They turn in one song a week. Now, obviously, you can change things and do it the way you want to, but or do something, every 2 weeks, because you might have more time. We're doing a summer concert, so our schedule is one song a week, and it's going great. And I take those songs and I make a good sounding mix, and then I edit together a cool video, and it's awesome. I think you can do this with your ministry remotely. The scenes, if you do the Broadway style musical thing, are usually only a couple of people in a scene at a time. So you could figure out a creative way to edit that together. You could use the click tracks that are available through the stem mixes to have your own band and your own orchestra play along with the click tracks and track all these songs on their own. Or you can just use our pre-made track and have your choir sing along to that. Either way, I believe there is some good flexibility here and a way that you can make this happen if you're trying to figure out, what am I going to do? I'm in that place right now also where we are trying to figure out, what are we going to do this fall and this Christmas, since we cannot, in California, we cannot gather and sing. So I am looking for, God, what do you want for us to do? Because that's the most important thing, to be praying and think, God, what do you have for us now in this pandemic? Because God isn't done working, and we're not going to pause ministry. We may do it differently. We may do it in a way that God has never done it in our church before. We are just looking for where God is working. And wherever God is working, that's where we want to be. So that's what we're doing right now. But if you are interested in doing something like this, if you want to do these songs in this musical, I believe that you can make this work by doing self-recording things at home with your church and with our tracks and everything else. I think you can make a great musical and make that happen at your church. So I just thought I'd share that with you because maybe it's helpful. But nonetheless, I hope that you enjoy listening to these songs. I hope you love the musical. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to talk with you or chat with you on email or whatever. You can reach out to Word Music and Church Resources and ask them questions about the product and what's available for you. But I do hope that you love this musical and that you're able to use it in your ministry, whether you use it this year or another year or whenever you're going to use it. So thank you and have a wonderful Christmas season.